Let's talk about one of the trending AI research papers this week. The research is called a Very Big Video Reasoning Suite, or VBVR for short. The motivation for this paper is that despite the many studies and model reasonings since the release of OpenAI's O1 model, the focus has largely been on text-based large language models in domains such as coding, math, and related tasks. For video generation models, however, despite the tremendous progress over the last 2 years, people have mostly evaluated them based on video quality and realism, not visual reasoning. So to fill this gap, the research provides 3 key contributions. First, a large-scale video reasoning dataset. Second, an evaluation benchmark and framework. And third, an initial model fine-tuning study using the dataset. So first, what's the dataset and how does the task evaluate visual reasoning for video generation model? So each VBVR sample is a controlled visual problem with explicit rules. A video generation model, which we want to test against, is given an initial image or frame and a task description. And the goal is really to see whether the output video shows the correct intermediate steps and the correct final state without introducing unrelated changes. So here are a couple of examples. So one example is a maze navigation task, which on the first screen, the model is given the initial dot and end dot in the maze. And simply the goal is to ask the model to see if it can start at the starting point and if it can create a path towards the end point without breaking the rules of a maze. Another task, for example, is a shape manipulation or transformation task where the model in the first screen is given 2 different sized circles on different parts of the image. And the goal is to see if the model can move these 2 circles into the center of the image so they become 2 concentric circles. So you get the idea. VBVR scales this format into a large training and test dataset covering over 200 task types and a total of 1 million video clips. The 200 tasks are categorized into 5 cognitive functions: perception, spatiality, transformation, abstraction, and knowledge. This allows the researchers to study the model's different reasoning capabilities, and more importantly, allows them to see which ones are positively or which ones are negatively correlated with one another. So to evaluate the output results, instead of relying on large language model as judge, the benchmark scores are calculated using a rule-based approach, making the results deterministic and standardized across tasks. The team tests many models, both open source and closed source model, using the benchmark. And the results are shown on the chart here. Humans perform significantly better than any of the models, with Sora 2 leading among the unfine-tuned models. The team also analyzed correlations between the 5 cognitive functions, which is, to me, one of the most interesting findings of the paper. They found that, for example, knowledge and spatiality tend to move together, while other faculties like knowledge and perception or abstraction and transformation tend to be more negatively correlated. These findings surprisingly mirror results from human neuroscience, where different cognitive capabilities can co-develop or trade off within the brain. Lastly, as the third contribution, the researchers fine-tuned WAN 2.2 on VBVR and observed concurrent performance improvements